And that's how I look at it. What makes him get more respect than me? You my next door neighbor, you know, I tell him, you got yours from your family. I got mine from the ground up, from hard work and dedication.
Floyd Mayweather is one of the greatest ever. He's a brilliant defensive fighter. His speed, his boxing savvy. He's just a savant. He's just something special. No question about it. But I got to look at the Sugar Ray Leonards of the world.
Do it. Floyd's way is safe. Not in a punk, but it's like the safe way, like nothing ain't gonna go wrong. But that's how he fight. That's his characteristic.
Floyd Mayweather reacted strongly after Stephen A. Smith suggested that Terence Crawford could defeat him. Smith argued that Mayweather is not the greatest fighter of all time, placing Sugar Ray Leonard above him. He also claimed that Floyd's most impressive victories occurred at lighter weight classes, and that he struggled to dominate in higher divisions. Additionally, Smith described Floyd's bout with Canelo as underwhelming, a characterization that drew Mayweather's ire and prompted a fiery response.
Not just about your skill set, it's who you do it against.
Your level of competition. Is it possible that he's so far beyond his level of competition that he made it look easy?
Well, I think he did as a lightweight. When he went up to the welterweight division, not so much. You know what I'm saying? Now, if
taking out Canelo the way he took out.
Well, he just gave him a boxing lesson, but Canelo was 22 years old. See, I remember
That's
that.
an excuse, though. I don't like this, like he's 22, he's too young.
I will tell you this. Well, you know, you do have to take that into consideration.
The guy had 100 fights.
Well, let me explain.
22.
You have to take that into consideration when boxing is the issue. Now, if he got knocked on his ass, that's different. But when he simply got schooled, when you swinging a punch and Floyd is tapping you on your shoulder saying, I'm behind you, that's a problem. You understand what I'm saying? That's just a skill, like, you know,
But we could credit Floyd with that.
Of course, I am crediting. I'm saying he's a brilliant boxer. You know, Floyd knew how to move before you even threw the damn punch. You see what I'm saying? You got to be a veteran to know how to overcome that. You can't put a novice into the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather. You understand? He's going to school you. What I'm saying to you is that if you want to make an argument on Floyd Money Mayweather's half, which I'm not summarily dismissing, I would tell you it's this. Floyd Money Mayweather was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Du provided an in-depth comparison of Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford. Regarding Crawford's performance against Canelo Alvarez, he admitted that, as a fan, he might slightly favor Crawford in a hypothetical matchup. However, he stressed that any comparison must remain balanced. Crawford's victory over Canelo was remarkable, and many have claimed it surpassed anything Floyd achieved. Yet, Du reminded listeners that Floyd had decisively defeated Canelo at a time when Canelo was still developing as a fighter. He emphasized that dismissing Floyd's skill in favor of Crawford is misguided, as both fighters brought unique qualities to the sport. In Du's view, the truth lies somewhere in between. Crawford deserves praise for his dominance over Canelo, while Mayweather's historic performance against the younger Canelo should not be underestimated.
That Bud goes about it a little bit better than Floyd in this sense. Floyd will when Floyd fought Canelo, he was standing right there. He wasn't running and all of that. He wasn't doing all of the stuff that they say, oh, a runner, Mayweather's a runner. He wasn't doing that versus Canelo. He was right there. I can't even really remember Canelo catching him like that, like with nothing. With Bud, I could remember Canelo catching Bud a couple times, but Bud gave him the, all right, put your foot out. What's up? Boxing turn, boxing turn, boxing turn. And was really standing there and giving it to him with another type of energy. The energy is more so all right, what's up? You can't beat me. Floyd energy be Bop, I'm better than you. You see what I'm saying? They don't really be respecting that all the time. They'll acknowledge it yo, I ain't gonna lie, he hard to catch. But they be nah, you didn't beat me up. Bud go about his fights in a way where as though the Mexican fan base gotta be I ain't gonna lie, Canelo, he hollered at you. He came at you too. He didn't just be better than you. He was better, and then he was all right, I'm gonna come at you. And I think they really respect that. Shit, I respect it. I don't think it's not, I think the less you get hit, the better. I'm always gonna take it that way. So, you know what I'm saying? As a boxing fan, the kind of boxing fan that I am, I would have leaned towards Floyd's performance, but Bud's performance was If I'm a casual fan, I'd rather watch the way Bud do it.
Timothy Bradley shared his thoughts on Terence Crawford's impact on the boxing world. He explained that many young fighters struggle with self-doubt, especially when critics question their potential. Crawford, however, has consistently shown the power of determination and resilience. Despite early skepticism, he repeatedly silenced doubters with dominant performances in the ring. Bradley highlighted that Crawford serves as an inspiration to the next generation, achieving what many thought impossible by becoming a multi-division, undisputed champion. For Bradley, Crawford represents more than just victories. He embodies perseverance, courage, and proof that hard work can overcome any challenge. Today, young fighters view Crawford not only as a champion, but also as a role model who exemplifies the philosophy of never giving up.
I think he could have got the stoppage. He'll tell you that if he had to sit down a little bit more. But I tell you, Terence can fight and he can box. He can fight. He'll fight this side. He take chances, man. You know what I mean? And that's how you be great, man. And he one of the greatest out there now. I think he's great. I think he's the best out there right now in that division. You know what I mean?
What's left?
For Terence?
Yeah.
If I was Terence, I would retire. That's what I would do. He did everything, man. He done everything, man. You know what I mean? Look how many titles he done won. All that stuff, you know what I mean? I think I'll go off one in the sunset, man. You know what I mean? You don't need no more money. You know what I mean?
Floyd Mayweather's influence extended far beyond the ring. As Oladipo noted, Floyd carefully cultivated two distinct personas, Pretty Boy Floyd and Money Mayweather, both of which captured public attention. Pretty Boy Floyd showcased bold risk-taking early in his career, producing highlight reel knockouts. Later, Money Mayweather emerged as a shrewd businessman, perfecting defensive boxing and turning every fight into a global event. Depot emphasized that Floyd's impact wasn't limited to his in-ring skill. He created a business model that many modern fighters still strive to emulate. By combining technical mastery with marketable showmanship, Floyd became more than just a boxer. He transformed into a cultural icon and a pioneer of boxing's new commercial era.
The second time. They can't take it away from him, neither.
Does this one mean more to you than the other ones?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It gives us the opportunity as a team to go into the Hall of Fame. Instead of a fighter going in there, instead of a coach going in there, it gives us a better chance of going there as a team.
Well, congrats on that. I know that means a lot to you and the team.
Definitely that.
You know, I asked Bud this after the fight 2 weeks ago. Would he consider this his signature win? He said, yeah, one of them. Do you think that was his signature win of his career?
Well, the last fight?
Yeah, the Canelo one.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was the underdog. Everybody thought that, you know, he was going to get beat.
What's up?
That he was going to get beat. It's surprising.
So what's next for Bud? What do you want to see him do?
I just want to see him, you know, spend time with his family because, you know, training for a fight, you be gone a long time. You're going away from your family. And it could take a toll on you after a while. So,
as his trainer, do you feel like you should just sail off into the sunset after this monumental
well,
win?
you know what? He made it look so easy. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Shit, got 2-3 more in him and shit. You know what I'm saying? Train camp will try harder. You know what I'm saying?
Crawford's impressive win over Canelo has fueled discussions about what's next for him. Some insiders, including members of his team, have suggested he consider retiring soon to protect his legacy, arguing that he has already achieved greatness and doesn't need to prove anything further. However, not everyone shares this view. Critics like Tank have downplayed his accomplishments, claiming he should step away before his reputation fades. This has created tension, as many believe Crawford still has plenty to offer. His recent performances show no signs of decline, and fans are eager to see him take on more high-profile challenges. While retirement remains an option, Crawford's status as one of boxing's all-time greats is already secure, and his achievements will be remembered regardless of his next steps.
The man that you have become, you're a true inspiration to the youth, man. Anybody that's troubled, any troubled kid out there, man, they can look at you and say, hey, man, I got a fighting chance to get myself out the situation. All I got to do is make that choice. That's what you did, Crawford. You made that choice, man. You made that choice to change, bro. You know, you saw going down, man, years ago, man, in 2008, man, when that bullet came through that window, you knew you had to do something, or you'll end up 6 feet under, bro. You know, so that courage that you had, man, and that will that you had, and that mindset to change, man, and the gym, you know, grooming you and turning you into a man, because that's what boxing does. See, people don't understand, man, that boxing is more than just throwing punches. You know, boxing teaches you discipline. You know, it teaches you love for people, love for others, man. You know, working together. You know, you're there constantly every single day, man. You know, spending time there perfecting a craft, man. Perfecting yourself, understanding yourself, learning more about yourself each and every single day. You push it inside the gym. You know, boxing is more than just throwing punches, man. You know.
Trainer Robert Garcia weighed in on the Mayweather versus Crawford debate. He acknowledged that while Mayweather's record and achievements are extraordinary, he never held undisputed status in the way Crawford or Pacquiao did, highlighting Crawford's historical significance. That said, Garcia noted that in a direct comparison, he would still favor Mayweather. He emphasized that even a talented fighter like Crawford would struggle against Floyd's defense, timing, and in-ring intelligence. For Garcia, Mayweather's ability to neutralize opponents set him apart, making him a formidable challenge for anyone. While he respects Crawford's accomplishments, Garcia believes that Floyd's mastery of fundamentals and ring strategy places him in a class above nearly all fighters, including today's top champion.
Sorry. He's a genius. He is a fucking... You know, when I get bored with today's crop of boxers, and Terence, to be fair, has kind of helped me out of my boredom, but sometimes I just go on YouTube and I watch the 24/7s, and then I watch the fight. I'm not joking. I watch the whole fucking episodes, and then I watch the fight. And my guy is a genius. A genius. There will always be an argument, oh, you should have fought that person then. And I get it. I get it. All right? It's kind of the argument you can't throw at Muhammad Ali, right? You could throw that argument at Floyd. But dude, unbeaten is unbeaten. Unbeaten is unbeaten. Multi-weight world champion is multi-weight world champion. Do you know what I mean? I've never seen a boxer so like, I'm going to work you out, and then when I work you out, you're done. Shall I repeat that? I'm going to work you out, and when I work you out, you're done. And Floyd had this thing where first 2 rounds, you think, oh shit, man, this guy's in this fight, and then he works you out. And then he works you out. Floyd, Pretty Boy Floyd was better than Money, but Money Floyd had obviously the fights, right?
Greg Hackett added perspective to the Floyd Mayweather versus Terence Crawford discussion by comparing their performances against Canelo Alvarez. Hackett noted that when Floyd faced Canelo, he was already a fully polished boxer with unmatched precision. While Crawford's style is more aggressive and explosive, Hackett argued it doesn't match Mayweather's flawless execution over 12 rounds. He emphasized that Floyd's defensive mastery and control of the ring remain historically unparalleled. Although Hackett admires Crawford's achievements, he believes Mayweather's dominance was on a higher level. Crawford's power and speed are impressive, but Floyd's calculated brilliance against Canelo approached perfection. Meanwhile, Stephen A. Smith praised Crawford's performance as one of the most entertaining in recent memory. He highlighted that Crawford, the smaller fighter, managed to make the bout appear one-sided against a larger, stronger opponent. Smith commended Crawford not only for his technical skill but also for delivering an unforgettable spectacle, showing that he is both a brilliant champion and an entertainer capable of elevating the sport through thrilling performances.
The fact that Terence Crawford did what he did against Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford made himself the face of boxing, and he did it. He made it look easy. He made the Errol Spence fight look easy. That was supposed to be the toughest test of his career. I thought it was. The whole world thought it was. It was the easiest fight he had at welterweight. I thought, but I've been saying for years that he's going to easily beat Canelo Alvarez, and he did. But many people expected Canelo to knock him out. That wasn't the case. With that said, now people are trying to throw, he's 38. Tomorrow, Terence Crawford will be 38 years old. He's a 5-division champion. If he wants to stick around, like Terence Crawford stated, okay, Terence Crawford stated, if I do stick around, I'm not dropping down no further than 160 pounds. If he stays in boxing, I say he have 2 more fights. Fight Janibek, who's the unified champion. Hopefully Carlos Adames and Lara fight and unify the belts. 2 fights at 160, pad the stats, become a 6th division champion and a 4-division undisputed champion, cool. Other than that, Terence Crawford needs to retire.
Veteran journalist Dan Raphael offered a long-term perspective on Terence Crawford's career. He argued that Crawford no longer needs to fight to secure his place in boxing history. His record speaks for itself. With achievements across multiple divisions, victories over elite opponents, and a reputation for dominance, Crawford has already cemented his legacy, shift from proving themselves to protecting their accomplishments. Pursuing unnecessary bouts could risk diminishing the legacy Crawford has built. Instead, Raphael believes Crawford deserves recognition as one of the sport's all-time greats. His career, filled with historic milestones, ensures that he will be remembered as a legend, whether he continues to compete or decides to step away.
He doesn't need it anymore.
With his accomplishments, the only man to ever do 3 weight divisions undisputed, is he now a part of the greatest of all time conversation? And not of this era, but of all time.
Definitely is the greatest, one of the greatest of all times. You know, there's still greats out there. There's still, you know, his era or last era, you know, with the Mayweather, with the Pacquiao. I think he's, you know, already accomplished more than Pacquiao was 8 division, so we could argue there because Pacquiao was, fuck, 8 division is almost impossible, and he did it. Mayweather never became undisputed. He's a 5 division champion, but never became undisputed. Never really followed that unification, stuff like that. So I think when it comes to accomplishments, I think he's already done more.
Observers noted Crawford's composure against Canelo, highlighting how he stood his ground in the pocket without backing down. He used head movement and defensive awareness wisely, but didn't retreat. He methodically pressured the larger opponent and dictated the pace of the fight. This performance raised the question of what's next for a 3-time undisputed champion whose legacy is already secured. At a recent press conference, Crawford made 2 things clear. He will not return to 154 pounds, ruling out potential matchups with rising names at that weight. While fans might enjoy such a fight, it wouldn't align with his career trajectory or broader goals. Moving up further, to face someone like Benavidez at 175 pounds, was acknowledged as a potential challenge but likely too extreme, given that Crawford has already moved up 2 weight classes to take on Canelo at.